Hi everybody, my name is Bhavishya, and in this lecture we'll see the lab of a not so stubby area. So let us revise of what we have learned in the previous theory, that not so stubby area is an area which prohibits the external LSAs or type 5 LSAs, but not so stubby area having an ASBR will generate in type 5 LSA or external LSA or not so stubby area LSA. Right, as the name suggests, not so stubby. So that is the reason why it contains type 7 or external LSAs. Right, yes. And what further down we learned that when that not so stubby area LSA or type 7 LSA will reach to our R2. So before forwarding it further to its corresponding routers, it will change type 7 LSA to type 5 and will send it further. So let us see the lab. So very first, this is a normal area right now. So to validate that, we'll go to the database and we'll see if we'll find any of the type 5 LSA or type 4 LSA. As you can see, we have type 5 LSA carrying network 10 and 67, and we have type 4 LSA as well, right? Yeah. So now let us go and configure for our not so stubby area that will reach to our R4. Is our R4 this? Yes. Config terminal. After that, interface. What is the interface we are looking for? Ethernet 0/0. We'll enter the IP address. What is the IP address? IP address is 48.0.0.4. 255.255.0. Shut down. After that, we'll configure on R8 the IP address. Configure interface. What is the interface? Similar to R4 fast Ethernet 0/0. IP address 48.0.0.8 along with subnet mask 255.255.0. No SH. Right. Yeah. After that, let us also configure this R fast Ethernet interface fast Ethernet 1/0 and its IP address, which is 11.0.0.8 along with the IP, along with the subnet mask. Shut down. And we'll also configure for our PC2 and should also configure IP route for this PC2 to go to track back to our R4 and further to give the default route IP route 0.0.0.0 space 0.0.0.0. And what is the next hop? PC2, the next hop will be, what will be the next hop for that? If you're looking at this, this is going to be the next hop. That is 48.0.0.4. Yes, correct. After that, IP, what is the IP address? 11.0.0.1 255.255.255.0. And what is the default? What is the default gateway? 11.0.0.8. Just validate, show IP. As you can see, the IP gateway. Great. After that, let's go to R4 and configure rip over. Let's go to R8 first. Yep. Router rip. We'll say version 2. We'll say no to summary. After that, we'll say network. What is the network we are operating to? 48.0.0.0. And also for 11.2 network 11.0.0.0. After that, we R4 here R4 I'll say router version 2. No. Auto summary. After this we will say network 8.0.0.0. Yeah. And after this configuration, let's go to this page for ASPF. To ASPF SSID 10. We'll say redistribute rip subnets. And before making it not so stubby area, let us see. So show IP OSPF database. As you can see, we have two types of, not two types of, we have two routers who are responsible for generating our external LSAs or Type 5 LSAs, known as R6, as you can see by the router ID, and another one is R4, as you can see in the router ID. Right, yeah. And also let us validate the same for R5 for now. Show IP database. Yes, both of them are the same. Now let's ping from our R6 to this. We'll say ping 11.0.0.1. As you can see, it's working. Now let us ping from, this is a heavy one, from PC1 to PC2. As you can see, success. Right. Now let us configure for our not so stubby on our. I have a question. Where we can make not so stubby area? The answer is on area 1 and area 2, as both of them have ASPR. but not on area 0. Yeah. So for that we'll go to our R4 and we'll call it not so stubby area. We'll go to R4 config terminal to space 10, and after that we'll call area 1 not so stubby area. Simple, right? And as you can see, the adjacency between R2 got from full to down, right? Yes. So for that we'll call R2 also not so stubby config terminal space 10. Here we'll say area 1 not so stubby area, and here you will see one adjacency getting from full to down and 1. This is R2, right? Yes, from down to full and from full to down, as you can see. So for that we'll configure 1 R12 not so stubby area. Area 1 not so stubby area. And now the adjacency is going full, right? Now let us go on R1 and check the database if we still have type 5 LSA or not. As you can see here on R1, you only have type 7 LSA, summary LSA, hook LSA, and router LSA. This is generated by our R4, 11 and 48. Similarly, you see for R5. But in R5, instead of type 7 LSA, we will have type 5 LSA, as our router 2 will convert. As you can see here in type 5 LSA, the LSA is being made by router 2 as it converted type 7 LSA to type 5 LSA. And initially what we saw is R4 made it as it was ASBR in the normal network, right? Now we'll go to R1 and see the route for it. And here in the show IP route on R1, we can see that we do not have any information about 10 network and 67 network, and we do not even have a default route for that, right? And also, if we try to ping from R1, it will not even happen as we do not have a default route for that. As you can see here, it's not happening. For that, we have to further configure R2 for default information original. For that, this is the command by which it generates our route 2. Okay. Dash 2. Now after this, when we'll go to R1 and we'll check show IP route, where we can see the default route for that. And by this show IP route, here we can see that now we have the default route, and by which we can go to 10 network and 67 network. Now if I'll go to the database there also, now as you can see in the database that R2 is generating a new type of type 7 LSA which is giving me default route. So the question is, who generates type 7 LSA? So the answer are two answers. So the answers are two. The very first is ASBR in LSSA area, NSSA area, and the second one is that ASBR for default route, to pump in the default route, right? Yes. And now it is able to ping from R1 to PC1 with the